I would like to say, if you're not going through any trials and tribulations in life, any hard times, then you're probably on the wrong path for righteousness. You guys got to understand that the Messiah didn't have it easy on this earth. So what makes you think that you are? I want you brothers and sisters to analyze the fact that times is hard right now. And we are going to be tested by the Most High. And we must stand the test of time and endure to the end. And also, I want you brothers and sisters to realize the fact that there is going to be a lot of Decepticons that is trying to come in your life and deceive you the best way they can. It's your ability to use your spiritual discernment to decipher the two. Who is with you and who is against you. I want you kings and queens to understand that when you are trying your best in life to be a righteous person and go by the commandments and rules and regulations of the Most High, you're going to have wicked spirits in high places that is going to go against you because they want this world to remain in sin. They want the chosen people to remain asleep. And I want you kings and queens to understand that when you are going against the powers that be, trying to wake the other brothers and sisters up to the truth, you're going to have problems in your life. Your life is not going to go smooth by you participating and going along with the plan, being a regular person. You guys got to understand that we are here to break generational curses. We are here to go against the powers that be, that is holding our brain mentally enslaved with chains to keep you in a bind. We are here to go against that stronghold of spiritual Egypt that is keeping our people mentally enslaved in the mind to this day. And I want you kings and queens to understand that sometimes the enemy can be your own family. Sometimes your enemy can be your own blood. And you guys got to understand that just because we are melanated people doesn't mean you don't have people on your same team that wants to keep this world in sin. They want to keep the world in the hands of the Edomites for the materialistic things of this world, for the riches and having their paradise here on this earth right now instead of waiting for Jacob's turn. I just want you kings and queens to understand, how can our people have the same God as our enemies who enslaved us and is mentally enslaving us to this day with their religions and ways of life? How can you accept a God that is in the same image of your oppressors? How can you accept the fact that you are still looked upon as low people on this earth by the same people who enslaved your ancestors? You guys got to understand that we are above all other nations, but yet and still we are getting treated like the lowest people on this earth. For it tells us in the King James book, for those who are looked upon as last on this earth shall be first. And you guys got to understand that we are the lowest on the earth who have went through the most and is still going through things to this day. You guys got to understand that we are a special people and we are being enlightened of who we really are as a people through the prophets that is upon this earth in the last days. And for those who don't want to take heed to the truth, the Heavenly Father said He will send a strong delusion of that false doctrine that you want to remain in. For you have been enlightened with the prophets of letting you know who we really are as a people, of letting you know that we are the Israelites of the biblical book. You guys got to understand that a lot of people will accept the lie but disown the truth. Therefore, you will one day stand in front of the Most High and say, Father, I have done a lot of things in your name. I have did a lot of things for people in the church. And the Heavenly Father will tell you, depart from me, for I have never known you. A lot of people follow suit of traditions of man. A lot of people follow suit for the traditions of this world. A lot of people use excuses by saying, well, my mother did it, my father did it, my family did it, so I would do it, instead of being their own person and going down that narrow road of righteousness. A lot of people will use the situation of what their people did for them to continue to do, instead of breaking that generational curse. You guys got to understand, you got to have the thought pattern to think outside the box and be your own person. Be outside the box and become your own man. You guys got to understand, there's a lot of brothers and sisters that is still chewing on the swine just because their family brought them up in it, instead of knowing that it is poisonous to the body and forbidden of the Bible for us to eat. A lot of people will use that excuse of saying that they grew up in it, instead of saying, well, now I know it's not good for me, and then stop eating it. You kings and queens got to understand that there is parasites in that meat that you can't cook out. And that was one of the reasons why the Heavenly Father told us not to even touch it. It is forbidden, and also the pig is only made for a trash can of the earth. And their sweat glands go right into that meat. And it don't just hurt you physically, it hurts you spiritually. And that was the reason why the Heavenly Father told us not to eat it. You guys got to be aware of the consequences of you going against the Most High with the things He told you not to touch. You kings and queens got to understand that Satan understood that eating swine is a sin for the Israelites, the Heavenly Father's chosen people. And that was the reason why he advertised it between two buns and a burger, to let it look good to the fleshly eyes for you to go against the Most High and eat it anyway. You guys have to have the knowledge of knowing the tactics of the devils. The Edomites didn't have a covenant with the Most High. And that was the reason why they came up with religion, to include themselves into the kingdom. And you brothers and sisters got to understand that our ancestors had no choice but to accept white Jesus and Christianity, because it was forced upon them, and it was passed down to you through the generations. And now we claim to be Christians willingly because our parents brought us up in it. We felt like it was the righteous thing to be. And also celebrate Christmas and also Thanksgiving, not knowing that they are pagan holidays and it goes against the Most High. You guys got to understand that we are indoctrinated with the Western world, the tactics of Babylon the Great. And you're not thinking outside the box of who we really are as a people. A lot of people is not reading the Bible for themselves. They depend on the preacher man to spoon feed them the gospel. And that is the reason why we are asleep as a people to this day. Because we won't read it in the book. We will not read it for ourselves. You guys got to understand that the pastors and preachers are getting federal fundings for their church, but they can't say certain things that is a part of that code of going to seminary school to be a pastor. They have to stay within the guidelines of keeping you asleep to receive these funds, and also graduating to being a pastor within the church. And that is the reason why they don't teach on the fact of Israelites. They don't teach on the fact of keeping the commandments, because it was taught to them to only read about the New Testament and leave the Old Testament behind? How can you start off in the middle of the Bible to explain to the sheep about the whole biblical book? You guys got to understand that you will attain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding by reading the whole Bible. And I want you kings and queens to understand and be enlightened of the truth that we have all been deceived by Satan. For it is written in the King James book that Satan will deceive the whole world. And one of the ways of him deceiving the whole world was through religion and the false image of the Messiah. I want you kings and queens to understand that that false image of the Messiah is the image of the beast. White man, long hair, and blue eyes is the devil that enslaved your people. You guys got to understand with that cross, it is a symbolism of death, not life. I want you brothers and sisters to understand that we are in a physical hell, and the Edomites are the children of Satan. For Satan wants to be just like the Most High. The Most High has a chosen race, and Satan has a seed as well. For it is written that Satan will be undisguised as a man. And you kings and queens got to understand that since the Edomites have been in power, we have to pay for energy that's supposed to be free. We have to pay for the fruits and vegetables that grow on trees that the Heavenly Father gave us for free. We have to go to our nearest grocery store and purchase it. It costs to live in Esau's world. Esau's world is like a monopoly world. He is motivated by the money. He wants you to be motivated by the money and chase it until you die without ever knowing or waking up to who you really are as a people. You will have spent a whole lifetime being asleep and also not having any knowledge of your true divine self. You guys got to understand that is the reason why we have crime, rape, murder, and also backstabbing of your own people for the root of all evil. And you brothers and sisters got to understand that when the Messiah returns, that will be the end of Esau's world. That will be the end of the white man's system. And it's such a shame that we got brothers and sisters that don't even know that they are Israelites, because they have been bound to the doctrines of the devils. They have been bound to the fact that they will sell their soul for the materialistic gain of Esau's world. You guys got to understand that there are people with melanated skin that wants Esau's world to continue on. And that is the reason why they sell their souls and also be in secret societies to hold secrets to keep us in sin, to hold secrets to keep the Edomites in power. You guys got to understand that it's all about the materialistic gain. For the devil is the god of this earth right now. And that was the reason why he was able to tempt Yahusha. He was able to offer him the riches and the kingdoms of this world, because he knows he owns it for only but a short time. You guys got to understand that a lot of our people sell out to be idolized on the world stage, to become stars and entertainers and movie stars. But I want you kings and queens to understand that the chosen people of the Most High is the real stars that align in the sky. We don't have to have jewelry, gold, platinum to shine. We have a natural glow that came from the Most High. We have that natural oil that money can't buy. I want you brothers and sisters to understand that the true chosen people of the Most High will have it the hardest on this earth. You guys got to understand that the disciples had it the worst. Some of them got their heads chopped off. Some of them was hung upside down. You guys got to understand that it won't be easy trying to keep these commandments, because we have rulers in wicked high places that is going against you. We have people that is in the physical that is going against you. We will face a lot of persecution for this truth, but the Heavenly Father wants us to endure to the end, because it would be our time to shine when the kingdom comes. It will be our time to shine and be that government of that kingdom. It would be our time to shine like a basketball game, because we got next. I want you kings and queens to understand